The motorhome I have in front of me is the Burstner Ixeo Time T736. This vehicle here, I shall show you a little bit about from here to start off with. It's 299 centimeters high, 749 long, and its width is 232. It weighs, ready to go, 3,190. That's including the driver, bit of fuel, bit of water, and on that basis there's 310 kilos of payload. Now the kick-off price is there 67,190. This one here though is going to cost 82,370. It's an extra 15,180 of extra bits. I shall read some of the extra bits to you. For example, it's got a heated water tank, it's got alu wheel caps, it's got an the extra special door. We'll have a look at the extra special door right now. Can't see what's special about that, but anyway, never mind. And I'll give you some of the to be quick. Extra door in the garage. It's got a bed in the, which we'll have a look at, an extra bed. It's got the engine pack is Fiat Ducato upgrade, so you put on a 4 kilo basis, 150 horsepower, Euro 6. It's got LED driving light, daylight driving lights. It's got a special colour and delivery. So there's a sort of a brief overview of what it's got, which is extra. In fact, another extra thing I didn't mention there is the fact it's got the bed will go up and down, which gives more space in the garage. So that is actually an option rather than something you get with it. Nonetheless, you've got an enormous garage in here, and bearing in mind that the vehicle is it's not even 7.5 meters, so it does offer a great deal from that point of view. Now, I'm not so keen, as you know, on beds which are indoors. Of course, this is indoors. Take that back. I'm not so keen on beds which are over the living area, because they take away from headroom. We'll have a look at that. Does that really do that as well? Another good thing here, I should say, is this. It is the double floor. A double floor means it's going to be warmer, keep it a bit cooler, and at the same time it will act as a place for storage. Now this Burstner is part of the Erwin-Heimer group in English, and this is very similar inside to the LMC, which is also part of the Heimer group. I think their branding there has not really differentiated between the two. That's my opinion. So it's a bit dark in here. I couldn't work out how to put any more lights on, but I made the effort to try. Now, what do you think of this? Do you like seats on either side like this? Is that too far apart? It does give you, however, a very big table. Great if you're going to be doing any work at it. Coming down here, we can see that whereas there has been an engine upgrade, another upgrade that could have been opted for is having an automatic gearbox, and I think that'll put on, I think it's 2,500 or something onto the price, or something like that. Another option is the Skylight in the roof, although this one here, I think this one here comes as standard. Right, now looking back there, you've got a kitchen which is facing us, so an L shape. Now most L shapes seem to go the other way. This is towards the table, which I think would be quite convenient, because if you're sort of doing some work up here, then you've got the table beside to refer to. You have your plates there or something like that. So I think that's actually quite convenient. Let's have a look in here. That is where you've got your gas, and the other ones going down are normal drawers. Oh, sorry, that's where the fuses are. Sorry, got that one wrong. I can't remember them all. Yeah, I'll open these ones here instead. Okay, so here this is relatively standard. 3 burners with a warning not to use it for heating. And over here, sink, which is relatively large for the van. Right, up here we've got the controls for the bed. Oh, I didn't tell you about the bed. I stood under it and you see I didn't even notice. So then it's not too bad. If I can stand under it and you can't sit, I don't really feel that it's too low, then it can't be too low. But to make the point, so I'm going to stand under the bed now. There's me in the mirror, and that's how much height I've got. Ooh, you know what? There's not a lot of space there, is there? If you're much taller than me, you won't want to spend the extra, what is it, was it 1,750 on the bed, I think. Anyway, I think I'll just demonstrate how big the room is as well with the door closed down here. So even with that closed there, some of you sleep in there. For example, there's still quite a lot of room in here. Put your television up there should you want one, and below it is this fridge from Dometic. Now coming in here, in this case it's got the option of the bed will go up and down. Alternatively, if you don't get it, you might get it second hand or something like that, in which case the bed could well be one which is stationary. The advantage, of course, up and down, if that is too high for you, then you can make it go down a bit. Now, curious thing here is that in this van here, Burstner has opted not to put lockers all the way around, and instead has opted for a much bigger window with a sort of curtain-like thing here, which rolls up, and there you can see what that looks like. Hanging space on either side of the bed, and there's the headboard. I think that's meant to be the headboard for the bed. It goes a long ways, although maybe it isn't. No, it isn't, because it's not big enough. Don't know where that's from. That's from, might be from another vehicle. Who knows? It's a trade fair. These things sort of get left there. Right, coming in here, you see a shower. Very big shower. And of course, should you want to do so, you can close this off. And there's your toilet as well, so you can walk from the toilet to the shower. And you can also, should you also want to do so, close this off here. This thing here comes out. There you go. Should close that like that. You want to use the toilet, for example. If I look at this, at the living area from down here, my opinion is that this is really offering a great deal of living space. So, you know, if you want to live in for a couple, I really think that's very, very good, because you get the concept of space in a van, which is not it's not particularly wide. I mean, it's sort of an average width for a lot of vans in this class. It is a bit dark, but bear in mind that we are indoors, and not everything is on at the moment. This is the beginning of an event which will end today, and therefore you may have heard the hoovers going off earlier. Another point I'd like to make actually is that the floor is almost flat. Almost, not quite. It's got this join here, and even so, I mean, I really don't. I think it's done a very good job of that. I think that, and let's not say almost. I think that's just about completely flat. Once somebody asked me about how do these things here work. This is a card thing that comes across as a blackout, and so that comes down there, and it attaches via magnets, and it sort of goes in there and hides away. I shall leave that one because I think that one's been broken. They do seem a bit flimsy, I'm going to point out. I had them in one of my vans, and well, I mean, for my case it was alright. I mean, I used to put my thermal screens behind it. I'll show you in here, except that has been locked. Yep. So, very good. What could be up here? Now, some people have talked about hiding the electric panel there and the heating behind something. I like to see that personally. I think it also it's a bit of a light as well, which is nice to have on during the night. As you'd expect, there is one of these, of course. A mosquito screen, highly useful. Don't know how people manage without them. I notice there's also, incidentally, there's a belted position there, so there'll be 4 belted positions. Now, the thing which I mentioned earlier in the back, there's one here. Does the other one go there? Now there's a question. Right, let's have a sort of a bit of a walk around. But we're not going to get all the way around, but what I can do is I can also show you from the outside the integrated version of this one here. So this kick-off price here is 67,190, and now I shall demonstrate. There you see the integrated version, which is now open, so I can get in. So Ixeo i736G, and the cost of this, you can see it from a distance what it looks like, and the cost is kick-off price $675.5. So you can see it's about an extra 8,000 for the integrated. So that's not a lot more in my opinion. We'll just have a quick poke around the door, and then I'll do this in a separate film. So an extra 8,000 euros, and you can have one of these. So see, it's the same, except down here at the front. This is slightly changed on the option front, of course, as well. But this is where the difference is. It's there. And now the problem with this, of course, is the windscreen. If the windscreen goes, you're looking at major cost. Insurances often will only pay, I think it's up to £1,000, I think, in the UK. I can't recall now. But if your Fiat Ducato screen goes, then it's not so bad. But if that thing goes, then it's a major problem. Right, but I'll do that. See that one in another film, which I shall attempt to do whilst I am still here. In fact, I shall do it immediately. For the moment, let's just stand here and admire this Ixeo Time from Burstner 736 motorhome.